How's it going, guys? Average Adam back here with part 3 of our Dark Souls live stream. Let's just jump straight into it. So last episode we finished up in the Undead Settlement, beat the boss there, picked up the Chloranthy Ring, did a few bits and pieces. Today's episode we're going to be going through the Road of Sacrifices. Alright. Not going to waste any time, just jump straight in. These guys can be a bit annoying. They're fine until they sort of spawn their wings, and then they can be really painful. Alright. So I just want to start off by saying, guys, if you are enjoying the series so far, and you're enjoying the content, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and click that bell so you get notifications anytime we're going live so you can be a part of it. Alright. So far, guys, I mean, I've really been enjoying doing these live streams. Like, they've been a lot of fun. I spend a fair bit of my time gaming as it is, so I figure, you know, why not stream it and share it with you guys. You know, I'm not trying to get rich or anything from it. I'm not trying to get to like 1 million subscribers or anything. I just want to share what I'm doing with you guys, and hopefully we can all have a bit of fun with it. Okay. So it's a bit twisty, bit sort of twisted around this area. There's like a heap of little alcoves and little drop downs where you can go and grab items and stuff like that. There's one just down here. There's also an NPC here. So the weapon that we have at the moment is just a longsword. It's not even upgraded, so it's not going to be what we keep using. But for now, it doesn't do too bad of a job. Alright. Pick up some items here. Some twin daggers, and they're set to match. I'm not going to wear it or use any of it, but may as well pick it up. Just picked up the butcher's knife. I've never used it. I don't know how it is. I know it's a strength weapon, but I've never used it, so I won't be using it for this playthrough. I say go with what you know. Alrighty. Glad that I just have enough stamina to get the kill on these guys, because if you run out of stamina, you open yourself up for a counter hit, and you're just in a whole world of pain. Alright, so there he goes. Knock him off the edge, pick up the ember. Alright, I'm just going to run past these guys, because I want to try and get the ball rolling with this, because we've got a pretty big area to cover, and I want to make sure I can do it within my allotted time. Alrighty, rest here. So we've got here a couple of NPCs. We've got Unri of Astora and Horus over there. They have a pretty interesting quest line. It's really depressing, much like most stories in Dark Souls, but I'm not worrying too much about doing NPC quest lines and things like that. Like, I won't be worrying about doing anything to get weapons or spells or anything, so I'm not really going to worry about it. Chain in the backstabs. These guys aren't that difficult, but they're using like long tree branches, so they've got, you know, decent reach. So you just sort of got to be careful, because if they sort of get you when they're running, they can actually build up a fair bit of damage on your health. Alrighty. I don't know what these things are, but they kick up a heap of poison. So they're not very threatening other than the poison, but there's a big group of them down here that can poison you like in an instant, mainly because they're a heap of them and the poison does stack. So So, as you can see it there, nice dark purple mist. Light B-Man in the chat again. Good to see, welcome back. Alrighty. We've got the Fox. We've got the Fox in the chat. Good stuff, good to see. Thanks for tuning in. Huh. Shout out to the number 12. The delayed attack, guys, every time I fall for it. Alright. Rest here, get back a bit of health, get Orestes. We'll keep punching through. Alright. Sidestep these guys. It's Holy Knight Hodrick for whatever reason if you want to summon him. Purple summon signs basically mean they're a wild card. They can either help or hinder. 99% of the time they always hinder. Ooh. Alright, they're gone. Esther Shard there, very nice. Give us more uses of our flask. Pick up an ember, avoid these guys, so I hate fighting them. Oop, he's chasing me. So there's a couple ways you can actually tackle this area. Okay, yep, I'm gonna have to fight him by the looks of it. There's a couple ways you can tackle this area. So you can go forward through that way, sort of in front of the bonfire there, and go fight the boss, or you can go through off to the right side there and go to the next area. So either way, you need to fight the boss of this area, but I think what I'm going to do is go over that way first, because there's a couple NPCs there who drop some pretty good strength weapons. So we'll go and head over there, try and get them from there. So it is a 2-on-1 fight, so it can be a little bit difficult. So I'm going to have to be pretty on my game. Jeez, the only place that's got more crabs than this is Light B-Man. Jeez, look at them all, they're everywhere. Fallen Knight armor, does look pretty sick, but I won't be wearing it. Alright. So, this guy there with a giant club, and the other NPC has got the Exile Greatsword, which is what I'm thinking I want to use for this playthrough. So for our strength build. Nope, he's spazzing out on the stairs there. Alrighty, now these guys can hit pretty hard. Fortunately, here's the best cheese for him. Go down here. One dead. Oh no, the other one's not that dumb. Oh, at least we killed one. Makes it a bit more of a fair fight. Exile Greatsword, very nice. Is he coming down? Yep, here he is. Just taking his time coming down the ladder. Jesus. Make him fall down. All of 1 foot. Yep. Alright, so he's a poise boy. Alright. So I've already done about half of his health, but he can poise through a lot of my hits, so I've sort of got to be a little bit careful with how I fight him. Because that club does a lot more damage than my longsword. Oh, no you don't. So that there, I'm pretty sure, is like a healing miracle. So he would have got back about 70% of his health just then if he had managed to be able to use that. Alright. So we probably won't be tackling this area in this run, but this is going to be the next area for the next episode. This is Farron Keep, leads to your first Lord of Cinder. So this is basically just a giant circle of poison. Because, of course, it had to be poison. I'll just quickly check the stats on this Exile Greatsword. Okay, so we need to pump up our dexterity a fair bit to be able to do it. So we need another, what do we need? Another 4 levels, and another 4 levels in strength. So 8 levels total, and we'll be able to wield it. The only downside with it is a pretty heavy weapon, so I probably won't be able to keep wearing this armor. But, you know, there's always a trade-off. So at least we've got it, so hopefully by the next episode, once I've got some more souls, we'll be able to wield it. Start upgrading it, because I've been coming across a fair bit of Titanite, so... Okay. It was really good to see as well, guys. There was plenty of support on my last couple episodes for this Dark Souls stream once they went up to YouTube, so that was really awesome to see. So for everyone who did watch that, I'm very grateful for that. Whoop. Another crab. Ah, here we go. Invasion. It is by an NPC, so it doesn't really count, but still, I'll probably still die. So I've got enemies attacking me as well. Oop, and he's invisible, the cheeky bugger. Alright, I'm in a bit of a spot here. Oop, okay. If I can at least... Oh, yay. Oop. Right, he's dead. So, I really need to get this guy, because he's just going to make life very difficult for me. Alright, so I'm pretty sure he invades us either 2 or 3 times. So once in this area, and then in the Farron Keep as well. So he's a reoccurring pain in the ass. Does a lot of chip damage with his spells, so it's always good to try and avoid them. They don't do a lot of damage, but it can add up, so you've got to be really careful because they fire really fast. And you can easily get stunned by that, as that was almost took the L there, so... And just, because you have to, point down. It's like the rule, guys. If you don't do it, there's something wrong with you. Alright. Nearly 20,000 souls, so that's looking nice. That should get me a couple of levels. I don't think it's not going to get me the 8 levels that I need, but it'll get me close. Here is a Black Knight. Now, these guys have a fair bit of HP, and as you can tell, he hit me for basically half my health, so you've got to be really careful when you come up against these guys, because they can hit really hard. And because they're wearing armor, they are very resistant to attacks. So, I don't know, I sort of consider this not a mini boss of this area, but he's still a very hard enemy to deal with. And yep, he just killed me. That's what I get for trying to get the backstab. Sometimes if you're lucky, he does drop his weapon or his shield or parts of his armor. So if I was lucky enough to get the Black Knight Greatsword there, I would consider using that, because that is another really good one as well. Another good weapon. Okay. So we've gone back down here to Farron Keep. So I will Ember back up, I just need that bit of extra buff with the HP. Now, there are a fair few items in the Road of Sacrifices area. There's a couple of rings, I'm pretty sure, and there's like a Pyromancy Tome, but none of it I'm going to use, so I'm not going to bother getting it. Normally when I play through, I do pick the Pyromancer fairly regularly, so I do always stop and just grab the tome just in case. But this time I'm not going to need it. So I'll just keep on travelling through. There is a little bit of deeper water there, as you can see, so just make sure you don't get stuck in it, because it will slow you down. And you definitely don't want that when you're being chased by a ridiculously large crab. Alright, kill that guy. Done. See you later. Alright, gonna get my souls back. And I will attempt this guy again, just against my better judgment. So I'm probably not being as aggressive as I should be with this guy. I'm sort of doing a bit of like a wait and bait sort of strategy, which isn't always the best thing to do, because it really doesn't take much for him to put you down, as you saw. Yep, okay, he was chasing me pretty close then. Nearly half my health right there. Alright, so that's Baron Cole, as you just saw, so you give that to Andre the Blacksmith and he gives you more weapon infusement options. Alright, backstab, nice, get a bit more of his health off. So he's pretty much... oh nice, another one. So he's pretty much going to be able to poise through pretty much everything unless you're using a really heavy weapon. Okay, yep, he just gave me the big uppercut. So lucky he doesn't have that much health left. I think we've got him. Yep, nice. So he gives you a fair few souls as well, but not lucky enough this time to get a weapon or any armor or anything. So we will run into more Black Knights throughout the game. There's another area that comes up a fair bit later on in the game, and there's heaps of them. So, and he does also respawn, so if you did want to farm him for whatever reason, you can. Alright. Yay. Big 180 on them. So these guys as well can do a fair bit of damage, so they will try and grab you, so just don't be grabbed by them if you can avoid it. Easier said than done sometimes. Alright, so he's gone. Alright, so I've got nearly 20,000 souls, so I'm going to head back to that bonfire that we were at before we went down to Farron Keep. And I'm going to go back to Firelink. I want to just spend these souls. The boss that we're about to fight, Grasscrest Shield, sorry, we'll just touch on the shield. It's so it's a magic shield that actually increases your stamina recovery. It's a returning shield from Dark Souls 1, and it's basically a staple in that game because stamina recovery is just so useful. So basically, the boss that's coming up is called the Crystal Sage. Now, with the Crystal Sage, if you come here pretty early on in your build and you don't really have a lot of damage output, can actually be quite difficult. But when you come later on in your build and you do a bit more damage and you've got upgraded weapons, you absolutely just steamroll the boss. So hopefully, depending on how this works out, if I can get enough and I can get the Exiled Greatsword running, we might be lucky. But if not, we might actually have a bit of a tough time. So we'll just have to see what happens. So 22,000. So I'll just double check again, triple check what I need. So 24 and 16. See how we go.
Very well then.
Okay. So 24. No way known we're getting to 16. 4 levels. It's not what I was expecting, but anyway, we'll just run with it. Might be able to get a free level out of Yol. Nope. I haven't died enough, that's why. Alright. Did I pick up any undead bone shards? I don't think I did, but I will just check. No, I didn't. I will reinforce my Estus while I'm here. Okay. So reinforce the Estus, so I have 7 now. Give him the coal. With infusions, with weapons, I don't really delve too far into it. Like, I know you can do really crazy stuff with, like, hollow gems and do, like, luck builds and, bleed and all sorts of stuff, but it's just not something that I really delve too far into. Like, it depends on what kind of build I'm doing, but if I'm sort of going for, like, a lightning build, if I'm doing Faith, like, I'll infuse it with lightning, or, if I'm doing Pyromancy and I'm sort of doing fire, I'll either infuse it with fire or chaos. But For this, all I'm going to be doing is attaching a heavy gem to the Exile Greatsword, so it exclusively scales with strength. Because this is going to be a strength build, so that's going to be where I'm leaning. Okay. So here's the stuff that everyone likes to watch Dark Souls for. It's for the bosses and watching people get destroyed by the bosses. So here's what I'm about to do. I will break my rule. As I said, I don't play with shields, but I will make an exception purely because this shield will just give. I'm not going to block with it, but I am going to have it equipped because it helps raise your stamina recovery. Now, a lot of people do that. They don't actually play with the shield, like they don't actually block with it, because its stability and physical defense isn't great. It's better for deflecting magic, or blocking magic, I should say, but I have no intention of using it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, damage isn't great, but it's an unupgraded longsword, what do I expect? Okay, so there is a little bit of a gimmick with this boss, which you will see very soon, actually. So he does have a sword, which he doesn't use very often, but... Okay, so it's going to happen now because he's under 50% health, but basically a heap of them just spawn in, and you've got to basically pick which one's the real one. It's obvious which one's the real one because of the purple magic as opposed to the blue, but the thing is they all fire at you at once, so you've really got to be onto it, because if you get distracted and you don't pay attention, they can seriously all just hit you at once and just absolutely one-shot you. So, over there. Yep, so it just spawns more and more of them and stuff like that happens. You can just get hit by those, which I just have been, and they do a lot of damage. So you really got to watch it. See that, guys? Nearly just lost for the exact thing I've said. It's just so unpredictable when it can happen, so you just really got to be on your game. Alright, but the boss doesn't have much health left, so I think we should be right. One more hit. Yep, nice. Not that much of a clean fight, but anyway, it's done. That's all that matters. Okay, nice. So that's the boss for the Road of Sacrifices area. I've already unlocked and gone down to the bonfire for Farron Keep, so that is a way you can progress to do the story. You also need to come through this way though, so you sort of get a choice which way you want to go. It really doesn't matter which one you do first. I like to just activate these bonfires, or light these bonfires first. So then, even if I'm not going to do that area first, at least then I don't have to worry about going and running back through it all. So a couple crystal lizards here. I don't think any weapon I'll be using uses Twinkling Titanite, but when it's there you may as well grab it. Alright, see if we can swing this without alerting everyone. Okay, yep, she decided to turn around. Cool. Oop, Herald Armor. Let's get out of here. Oh, don't tell me I'm stuck. Don't tell me I'm stuck. Yep. She's that thick. She just blocks me in against the wall. I mean, it's a good strategy, but geez. At least give me a chance. Says the guy who was trying to stab her in the back, but that's not the point. Alright, take two. That didn't happen. I think I'm just going to do the tried and true method. Oh no. Ah. The second I stepped off, I saw it straight away. I was like, you know what? I'm going to fall off the edge of that rock. And I just lost like 12,000 souls. Okay, fantastic. Which, you know, Doesn't sound like a lot, but for the early game, it is a lot of souls. That was at least 2 levels that I just lost then. Oh. Oh, hey look, it's my souls. Just kidding. Nothing was retrieved. Nothing. Oh, I love this game, but I hate it sometimes too. Alright, not this time. Getting out of here. Alright. Head down here, there's an NPC here which you need to kill. You don't need to kill, but I kill him just because he gets in the way when I try and pick up the ashes. Now he is using a longsword and a dagger, so he can attack pretty quick. And he just absolutely baited me just then. But just R1 spam like you normally do. Just like me. I'm a filthy casual, so I just spam that R1 till I get the victory. Is it a longsword or a rapier? I can't remember. But either way, he's a pain. So he's not doing a lot of damage, but it's just the chip damage. Oop, hit me with the weapon art. Alright, we're just gonna... Oh yeah, I can do that too, buddy. There you go, weapon art for weapon art. Are we gonna get the win? Oop, gotta watch it. Oh, I hate those stupid like running thrust attacks, because I swear they've got the best tracking in the game. Doesn't matter if you roll directly behind them, they can somehow still stab you with it. Alright, picked up the Paladin's Ashes, so that'll just give us a few more options for what we can buy with the Handmaiden at the shrine. Alright, so this is the Cathedral of the Deep. The next bonfire is not far, so I will run through and get it, and that'll probably nearly do us for this episode. But, depending on where I feel like going, I'll decide in the next stream whether or not we're going to do Cathedral of the Deep or if we're going to do Farron Keep. Either way, I mean, we're going to have to do both regardless, so I suppose, I don't know, I'll flip a coin or something. Alright. So, that guy's using a battle axe. So that NPC there I always thought was a nod to like, or a reference to one of the preset characters from Dark Souls 1 you could play as. I think it was either the bandit or like, I'm pretty sure it was the bandit. So he was like a sort of like a strength character who used that axe and had the exact, or very, very similar armor. So I don't know who the other guy was meant to be referencing, but that's just what I always thought this guy was. That's the other thing I did. I'm probably going to end up putting a poll up about it, maybe, or I'm not sure which way I want to go, but obviously we've got a lot left to do in this game where, like, because I want to do all the DLCs and try and kill all the bosses. But obviously after this game we have a couple options where we can go. We can look at doing either Bloodborne or Dark Souls 1, and I'm going to get killed by these dogs. And they can teleport somehow. Alright. So I'm thinking either... I can't decide whether I want to do Bloodborne or Dark Souls 1. Seriously, what is with the teleporting dogs? Either way, I don't mind. I really enjoyed both games, so we will end up playing both, but it's just a matter of which one we want to play first. So, if any of you guys have a preference, please let me know. Okay, come off of it. Seriously, guys. And they did end up killing me in the end. Fantastic. Oh. I tell you what. I think we've had more deaths this stream than we have in the total run. And I'm dying to stupid things. Okay. Take 2. This will end up being a slightly longer stream, but I'm determined and I'm going to get to that bonfire. See, dogs, worst enemy in the game. I don't care what anyone says. Alright, let's try this again. No more teleporting behind me, please. Might have a bit more luck now that the door's open, I won't get stuck with them. Okay, I think we lost him. Good stuff. Okay, so this guy here, that's Slave Knight Gale. He's our ticket to the first DLC for Dark Souls 3. We're not ready for it yet. It's you need to be, I think, from memory, you need to be anywhere from level 60 to 80 to sort of get through there. I'm just going to quickly go here because I do want to pick this up. Estus Shard. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, come on. I mean, look. They're not as hard as I make them out to be, because as you saw, they can be very quickly dealt with by just blocking, because they sort of get stunned when they jump into your shield. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I played Bloodborne so much and there's no shields in Bloodborne, but I never play like physically blocking or using a shield in Dark Souls 3. I only keep that one on just to get my stamina recovery up a little bit. Okay. So we'll reinforce this Estus again. So now we've got 8, which is awesome. You can, if you do want to incorporate either like magic or anything like that into your build, that's your blue bar, or like focus points is what it's called. You can use magic and then you can split your Estus flask. So I've just got mine, the yellowy gold ones just do your health, and then you can get like your Ashen Estus flask, which is blue, that obviously restores like your mana. But I don't need to worry about that because I'm not using any of it. So I'm gonna have 15 flasks to be able to heal myself if I get hurt. Okay. So I did say that I was going to hang on to boss souls because you just never know, but I know for a fact I'm not going to use any of the items that come out of these 3 souls, so I will sell them all. I know this definitely isn't going to get me to what I need to be to use the Exile Greatsword, but okay. So 2, so I need 2 more levels. We're so close, guys. Okay, so because I died so much, like an absolute noob, now I can actually draw out my true strength for 1 level. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to die a total of 15 or 20 times, so you can get 5 free levels. And guys, you know what I realised I did? I should have leveled up my dexterity first, and I shouldn't have worried about my strength, because a really good feature in Dark Souls is that I could use the Exile Greatsword two-handed, because when you use a two-handed weapon, a strength weapon, if you don't have the full requirements for strength, you can still use it because you're using it with both hands. Perfect example. So the giant club, I can't use it with one hand because I'm not strong enough, but if I use it with 2 hands, the little cross goes away and I can use it effectively. So I'm an idiot and I don't know why I didn't realise that until now, but I should have leveled up my dexterity first, and we could have been using this weapon two-handed, which is how I use it anyway. So apologies guys, you guys are just going to have to tune into the next one when we're finally using that weapon. Okay, now I've just decided, you know what, we're going to do Farron Keep first, and in the next episode we'll be doing the Abyss Watchers. So First Lord of Cinder that we fight throughout the game and can be a little bit of a skill check. So this'll definitely have to clean out the cobwebs for this one. Alright guys, I'm going to finish it up here. So for all of you watching, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Make sure you tune in for the next one. You'll get a notification when I'm going live. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe if you're not already, and give these videos a thumbs up. It really helps me out on my end. And click that bell whenever you want to get notifications when we're going to be streaming again. So thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.